Hello friends and welcome to your virtual art class. I'm here today with Miss Krista. She has a funny setup because she's working from her mom's house in Wisconsin. So her video setup is not the same way. Anywho, here we go. Let's get started on our virtual art class today. Let's start with our mantra. Mantra is something that helps focus us so we can get busy. Here we go. I am an artist. I create with my hands. I create with my head. I create with my heart. I can make anything. Okay, here we go. Let's have some fun. Well, thank you so much, Marcel. I am looking forward to our lesson. In fact, I am super excited. And oh, look who's come to help. Hello, I am Antonio Escargot. If you have forgotten me, it's been a very long time since I have been on the art class. Well, Antonio, what are we going to be doing today? We are going to be working on making insects from things we find in nature. Oh, that sounds cool. I'm super excited about that. Me too, because maybe I can eat the leaves when you are all done. Yum, yum. Sounds good. Okay, we'll see what happens. So friends, in our Google Classroom, you will see a Google slide, a presentation that gives you some more information about the artist that we are going to be inspired by. His name is Raku Inui, and he's from Canada. And he creates these amazing insects out of things that you find in nature. So friends, I have gone out in my mom's neighborhood and I have found all these different things. Now, as you're going on your hunt, you can already start thinking about the creature that you might like to create, or you could just go out and start finding materials, and maybe those things will inspire you to create something. I kind of like to do the second thing, is go out, find my things, and not get kind of boxed in by a certain idea. So I can think creatively about what I want to create without being burdened with an idea right away. Now, if you look at some of his pictures, what you're going to notice is a lot of those things look very realistic, even though they're made out of natural materials. The artist follows the ideas or the characteristics of a Japanese art form called Ikebana, which is a way that you can arrange flowers. And so there's 7 characteristics of Ikebana, and you can see those on the slideshow. Generally, when you create Ikebana, it's a time of silence, a time for reflection. You think about things how less is more. So you're thinking of the concept of minimalism. You're really focused on shape and form and how these natural forms are created. Ikebana also incorporates humanity as well as nature. So Ikebana can be a reflection of your feelings. It follows Japanese aesthetics, and the basic structure of Ikebana is a triangle, often formed with twigs, and these 3 points are representing earth, heaven, and humanity. So when he creates his insects, he keeps these ideas in the back of his mind, which is something you might want to consider as well. He doesn't only create insects, but he also creates other creatures. And today, friends, I am going to challenge you to create one insect or spider. In fact, if you're in first grade, I'd really love to encourage you to create a spider because I know you're studying spiders in class. So I want you to create some insect, and I'd love for you to create another animal or creature because he also creates things like koala bears, panda bears, whales I've seen, owls, things like that. Now, I'd like one of those things to be realistic, and I'd like one of those things to be imaginary. So, think about that as you're creating. Also on the slideshow, I have put the characteristics of an insect and the characteristics of a spider. Those are two things that you can refer to when you're creating your insect or spider. When you're creating your imaginary character, it can be anything, right? You can combine an insect and, let's say, a panda bear or whatever you may like. So your challenge is to walk in nature and find some things that will inspire you to create an insect, a spider, or creature. Let the materials you find inspire you. You want to keep in mind the characteristics of each of those things, the spider, the insect, or the animal. I want you, like I said, to create at least one realistic insect or spider and then one that is made up. Make sure that you name your made up creature. You can glue your creation to a piece of paper, or you could create it outside like we did with our mandala and let nature take its course with dismantling it. Make sure though you take a picture and you add it to our Google Classroom. So these are some things that I actually brought from North Carolina. I grew these straw flowers and I just think they're so beautiful and special. So I'm just gonna make something quick here. I found this leaf and I just look at the veins on this leaf. I just think that is so beautiful. The other side is really cool too, but I just love this side. So I'm going to use that side. And then I am going to use one of these straw flowers as a head. And then after that, what I'm going to be creating is some kind of beetle. So what I'm going to do next is add some legs and some pinchers. So here is one pincher, and I'm going to kind of curve that a little bit. And here's my other pincher, and these are just some twigs that I found out in the yard. And here's two of the pinchers. All right, and now I know I'm making an insect, so I have to use, how many legs? I'm going to 6 legs. So this beetle is going to have 6 legs, and generally those legs are jointed. So I'm going to try to use these twigs that you can see that has these little joints in them. Like at the top here, you see that? So there's 2, so I need 4 more legs. All right, oops, and I'm just gonna keep going. Now, if you are gonna glue these down, which I think is totally cool and acceptable, then you should use liquid glue to do that. Now, the liquid glue that I like to use is Glue All. It's a much better glue, I think, than just school glue. It's a little bit stronger than school glue. So I am going to put this leg in, and I think it's going to point that way a little bit. And then here's my last leg, and it's going to point that way a little bit. All right. So I feel like this could have a little bit more detail. And look at these little cuties I found. These little seed pods, oh my gosh, I just love these so much. So what I'm going to do is kind of create a little collar here. Now friends, I have talked to you about this before. It's all in the details. So the more detail you add to your artwork, a lot of times it makes people, you know what, I'm just going to take this head off. It makes people want to look more and more at your work. Now that little seed pod is being a little bit uncooperative. Antonio, you eat that first. Okay, I will do it. No problem. All right, so I am going to keep adding these babies here. And then I'll put the head back on. And maybe one more seed pod. Here we go. Ah! Okay, you get it. I'm going to put these on. Now generally I would be gluing as I'm doing this, but I'm trying to save you a little bit of time so you don't have to watch all this. And look at what I did. It's almost like I sneezed on my beetle. Friends, you get the point. I'm going to add these as a little collar here around my beetle. Okay? Ah, all right. And then I will put the head back on. And we will be all set. Just like that. So, I'm going to just put this here. So here's my beetle. And once I have him kind of laid out, then I will start to glue. All right? I could add more stuff if I wanted to, but I'm pretty pleased with that once I would get that all straightened out. So, that's just one idea of what you create. Now, when you want to create your imaginary insect or creature, right? You just use your creative mind and creative thinking to think about what that might be. So I love this fluffy stuff. Can you see how cool it is? I just love, love, love it. And so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to have this fluffy type tail, and then I'm going to add these wings just like this to make kind of like a funky looking dragonfly. Now I had this one in my pocket, so it's a little bit crumply, but that's okay. So I'm going to have this like that. And then I think I'm going to use, I love these straw flowers so much. I'm going to put that on. And then I found these, I don't know if these are crab apples or if they're berries or what they are, but I think I'll add these up here because they kind of look like interesting objects to add. And once again, they're being a little bit tricky. All right. Now, once I have this created, all right, and I think about it and think about what kind of name I could, I'm going to call this the Fairy Dragonfly Julie, all right? That is the name of my new insect here, the Fairy Dragonfly Julie. And you guys, you know what? I think I'm going to add this too, because this almost looks like some kind of crown, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, I had so much fun making this. So, one insect that looks realistic and one creature that is using your imagination, thinking about all the characteristics still though of insects or spiders. I'm going to give some legs here. I know that this is a dragonfly type creature, so it will also have 6 legs. It also has a head, a body, and thorax. So you want to keep that in mind too as you're creating, that it has those 3 body parts. So friends, I hope you have so much fun with this. I cannot wait to see your creations. All right? Like I said, make them outside or glue them to a piece of paper, whatever you'd like to do. Just enjoy being out in nature and being creative, using your own unique mind to create your artwork. Can't wait to see them. Take a picture, attach them to your assignment, or email it to me to my school address. Let's end today with a mindfulness activity. What I want you to do is we are going to wake up our face. So here we go. Open your eyes wide and blink them 3 times. Wiggle your eyebrows up and down. Wiggle your nose like a bunny. Antonio, you don't really have a nose. I know. Open your mouth really wide and wiggle your jaw back and forth. Stick out your tongue as far as it will go. Make a fishy face. Wiggle your head all the way around. And now hold your body still and take a deep breath in and out. Friends, I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, friends, I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Now I'm going to eat the fairy dragonfly. Yum, yum, yum. Bye.